Welcome back to the channel, all you losers and degens. My name is Kelsa. Today we're going to be talking about a very, I'm not hype. I'm not going to act like I'm in a good mood or that I'm hyped. If you've seen the title or the thumbnail or anything, I mean, I'm sure you're already aware. We've lost a legend yesterday, and no, we didn't lose him yesterday. He did pass in the first. We were informed of it yesterday, and that being man, Akira Toriyama. Sorry, I fucked up your name there. That man, if you don't know who this is and or somehow lived under a rock for the last 30 years, he is the creator of Dragon Ball. Everything Dragon Ball. I believe he also was a part of Chrono Trigger, Dragon Quest. I mean, he's been a part of a lot of things, and I think you can look up speeches from almost every other huge mangaka who's done like shonen with him and said Naruto, Bleach, everybody, even One Piece, like they have very much have played off each other for years, and then I mean that's just One Piece, but everybody else has said that Akira Toriyama was a massive influence on them, and I know he was a massive influence on me. Down to, I mean, like everybody else from my generation and my childhood, and in the US at least, the thing that got us into anime was Dragon Ball. It was very much Dragon Ball was the thing that got us into anime. And you're like, well, Kelso, this is anime and you're a gaming channel. Well, you're correct, but it's also very much a part of my, a part of my gaming. I've played every single Budokai. I dare to say I've played damn near every Dragon Ball game that has ever gone live, and that's a lot. There was one back in the PS1 I've played every single Budokai, be it the Tenkaichi Budokais, the regular Budokais, Raging Blast. There was something Spirit. It was a real weird one. Surging Super Spirit. I don't know. Raging Blast 1 and 2. Obviously, if you guys know me and have followed me from any of my talks on fighting games, I have very much championed that the Dragon Ball Fighters was the best that Dragon Ball ever will probably be, and that it was one of what I consider one of the best fighters that it's ever come out, period. And down to, I remember back as a child, I would come home to watch Dragon Ball with obviously all my friends watched it. We all freaked out. And to the point where I was alive when the Saiyan saga was a weekly release. So, I mean, it's also, and I don't know if it's shown, but there's a wall. That one right there, that section is nothing but Dragon Ball. It is hands down my biggest collection of pops. There's some spilling out over here. Actually, except for one. I did a picture of them last night, but I mean, Dragon Ball has very much been my life. Like today, I will go play a Dragon Ball game, and I'm going to be playing some fighters as kind of a tribute and a remembrance of that. But I would not be the person, and it's kind of crazy. I don't get emotional when these celebrities die, because honestly, they're just celebrities. They're people just like you and me, and I don't like to hype them up. But Akira Toriyama was a completely different beast in that space. I can't deny I cried last night. Like I shed some tears last night, and it's kind of funny that I'm reaching that point in my life. I turned 30 this year, like 2 months, like literally back in January, and the childhood, it's if I could take a line from my favorite gaming series, it's seeming like my summer vacation is just about over. In the course of 2 days, as much as I did not like, and it kind of the same thing go for Toriyama. Like as much as I did not like where Rooster Teeth was going, I very much still was upset to see that game, or not game, but see that company go under. because it's a piece of my massive piece of my childhood that is gone, and it's something that forged me. The humor, the way I am, the games I'm into were forged by that very much. And Toriyama, then later within 24 hours, hearing about Toriyama passing, I guess I'm hitting that age. Like 30 has really hit me with hey, but hey, you're growing up now. Like it's again, like I said, summer vacation's over for me, and it's been a rough week. So I have if you guys know that I do a platinum series here on the channel, or not on this channel, but on my main channel, Upper Kelso Gaming. Obviously links to everything I do will be in the description below. But I do a platinum series on there called The Hunt, and right now we've been tackling Kingdom Hearts and Final Fantasy, which rare to say. I didn't plan to do Final Fantasy, but now we are, and I've expanded into that. But that's not what we're here for. Basically, I was going to finish Rebirth, not as a platinum game, but enough to get a review up. I will now be, and then I was going to start Birth by Sleep, which would have been my next platinum game, because I am doing the entire Kingdom Hearts series as well as the entire Final Fantasy VII series, and then on to Final Fantasy as general for trophies. But I've suspended Birth by Sleep. I have a game in mind that I am going to play, and the video will be out obviously by the end of March. It's going to be a platinum. It is going to be part of the platinum series. We're all going to add to that, and we might end up throwing in a lot of Dragon Ball, as much as I can kind of see. I know there's not that much Dragon Ball that has come out that's like trophy hunting good in the last few years. So it's gonna be Dragon Ball Kakarot. I have been wanting to play the game. I own it on Steam. I've bought a lot of things on Steam that I don't obviously have a problem playing, because now that I can't trophy hunt them on, because I think the Steam achievements suck. But I'm going to pick it up on PS5, and I'm going to run that, and that's going to be our next platinum game. Yes, don't quote me on, like, I know what I'm saying right now. There is going to be another platinum video that will come out, being the Kingdom Hearts remake, because that's already being edited, and it will come out next week. So there's that. So don't be like, oh, Kelso lied. The next game that I'm going to pick up, and I'm thinking about streaming it, since it is a more like speedy game versus what I've been doing with the Kingdom Hearts and the Final Fantasy. But anyway, we're getting off topic. I'm going to do that as a tribute to him. I'm also going to be streaming, I think, Fighters for the remainder of the week. The Platinum Series streams take place on Operator Kelso Gaming on YouTube. The fighting will probably take place on my Twitch, because that's more I like to play multiplayer. You try to keep those separate. But spend a lot of time on that. It's hard to find the words to really talk about it, because it does suck. It sucks a lot. We're getting Budokai back this year, and it really does suck that he's not going to get to see, hands down, easily, when it comes to gaming, the best thing his series has ever done was Budokai, and he will never see that revitalized. If I could say anything, guys, I'm sure they will do a remembrance, like some form of memorial remembrance of him in that game. But even I've had my critiques on that game, and I've openly said I don't think it'll be a good game, but I think it'll be a fun game. If I could just reiterate one thing, buy that game when it comes out. I don't think it, unless it's just a complete dumpster fire of a game, let's just buy the game. Like, I know that doesn't do anything for him, and it doesn't do anything for his family, but I almost want to say that even if it's a bad game, buy it, because I want the last thing that had, that came out in this year for Dragon Ball. And I know there's like the weird aged down thing with Dragon Ball coming out, and obviously the Super's up in the air now, and that sucks, because we were about to get into a really good arc in Super. Sorry. But I as somebody who has had his life crafted, I mean, if you can't see, like, I found a shirt by Grunt Style, that Super Patriot, and it's Goku in Super Saiyan Blue and like a revolutionary outfit. It's one of my favorite shirts. The second it went up, I bought it. But I want the last thing that happens this year for Dragon Ball to be absolutely mind blowing. And honestly, I want it to win fighting game. I said that it would not, and that games like Tekken would beat it. There'll be another Tekken. Now obviously there'll be another Budokai. It's not going to end with him, because let's be real, it's a money grab. Like it's a cash cow. They're not going to let that die with him. But I want to see Budokai do very well. I'm not going to lie. I'm very, very much baited on that and biased on that. So when that game does come out this year, let's buy it. Let's make sure that game don't be the person who's like, well, you know, I'll wait for it to go on sale, or I'll pirate it. If anything, just if this is the one game you decide to buy this year, let's buy it. I know it sounds stupid, but I would love to see that go. That would be a good thing that would come out of this whole thing, is like have his last project that I'm sure he had maybe a little of involvement with. I doubt he had any, but if the year is going to start with bad for Akira Toriyama, let's end the year with good. But that's it, guys. I do have other videos coming up. This one kind of delayed some other videos. I just feel like I didn't feel like I had to make it. I wanted to make it. I wanted this to be part of my content creation journey and just talk about somebody who was very influential in my life, and I think it's influential in a lot of our lives. And if I can end it on one thing, it's a bad day for rain. I'll see you in the next video, guys.